So I want to ask you, so what was the inspiration here for the Libra Souls mode?
あのすでにアナウンスしているソウルクロニクルっていうストーリーモードあるんですけど、あのあのそちらはですね、いわゆるソウルキャリバーの表の歴史、生死というんですか、いうのがあって、でもう一つ裏の主題 OK, I continue, right?
Go ahead.
Poof. How's it going, everybody? Big Sunday. I went to the Soul Calibur party. It was hot in there. What's the word? Point this at my cooch. Oh, man, it was hot in there. I couldn't wait to get out. It was so hot. Well, it wasn't so hot in the part. Well, I guess it was hot everywhere in there. It was on the second floor in LA, and the place didn't have like the best air conditioning. But other than that, it was great, right? Anime sweetheart?
Thank you.
I mean, no, not that hot. But it was hot. No Valdo. There was a Valdo cosplayer, and it was a girl. And boy, it was a good cosplay. Let me just put it that way. Okubo said he wanted to punch the cosplayer. Yeah, but, you know, he's all business. I got to talk to him. That was cool.
Thank you.
He's got shit to do. He doesn't have time for these theatrics. You know, he's an Asian businessman. Samurai in a suit. Okubo-san. Don't fuck with him. He'll resort to defensive strategies. It was cool. They had really good food. I don't know if everyone could eat the food, but there was like a VIP section where, like, you know, Maximilian and L.I. Joe, all the cool people hang out. And they had food there, and the food was hella good. Sliders, tater tots, like good shit though, gourmet. Yeah, Azwell.
Thank you.
He looks so cool. Way cooler than that other dumb character.
Thank you.
What's that guy's name? Grow? Man, when I saw Grow originally, I was thinking, man, I hope they don't put too many new characters in this game because they suck at making new characters. This guy looks like an idiot. And then they didn't make any more new characters all this time, so I was like, sweet, sweet. They're not making new characters because they agree with me. And then now they revealed towards the tail end of the roster, they revealed a new character and he's awesome. So, I mean, as long as we don't get too many more new characters, we should be, you know, in the clear. I think he looks awesome. So, I'm pretty turned up about that. Yeah, he looks great. I hope he replaces Alvin Goldstein, to be honest, because, you know, he kind of has this, like, red and blue motif, right? And he summons weapons. And Alvin Goldstein's kind of existence was all about that too, right? That like whole red and blue duality, bubble shooting ass. I don't know. So I hope he gets replaced. As funny as I think the Alvin Goldstein bail bondsman joke is, I think I'd rather he gets replaced by this dude, because this guy shoots like swords. That's way cooler than Bubbles, to me, at least. I guess he's part of the story. I don't know. It was cool though. It was a nice event, and I liked the way everyone was super pumped to be there and excited about playing the game, and people were having fun. Nobody seems to be displeased. Everyone likes the game. That's good news, right? I think everyone. An interesting thing I've noticed about Soul Calibur VI is that I feel like we know this much about a game that has like a huge subterranean iceberg, right? And everyone thinks they're good, but everyone sucks. Even the best players suck because nobody knows anything yet. But the more opportunity everyone gets to try the game, the more they realize that they don't know anything about it, right? I think the Namcops have done a really good job of masking a very complicated game by making it look so inviting to everyone. It looks so cool, and there's so many different characters, and they all say dumb shit like, I didn't think I'd have to resort to this power, or like, you know, all the usual suspects, entertain me, you know, and it's just like a fucking Disney movie, you know, where you got all these things, my hand, you know, all these characters are saying all this shit, and they're slow-mo, and everyone just wants to look at it and shit. So it's like, okay, everyone's looking at it, but the ones that really want to scratch the surface, it's gonna be a really complicated game. Super, ultra, mega complicated. Like, every time I find out more about it, I realize, whoa, there's a lot to this game. And you can't even see it by watching it. You have to dig. You have to want to find it, which might be a good design philosophy. It might be. That way it can appeal to a huge demographic, right? It appeals to everyone in some way. I don't know. We'll see. Seems cool. So far, so good. I'm down with Azwell. I'd like to try him out. I can't believe there was no Valdo, dude. I was butthurt, to be honest. So, whatevs. There was one other thing I wanted to mention. Oh yeah, speaking of Valdo... Yeah, the Valdo cosplayer was crazy. Like, okay, so she was in this outfit that was gormless, right? And she was like a contortionist.
Hey chat and mods, got Pops to hit the gym with me today. Feels good, man.
Hey, alright, nobody gives a shit, but thanks. Anyway, it's all good. Which one of your Pops? And thanks, Chicano Soul.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that's the important part of the story. It was a Valdo cosplayer, you know? And as you could tell by the look on my face, and the eyebrows as high as they are on my brow.
Thank you.
And she was a big fan of the music they were playing, so the whole time she was doing all kinds of weird, sexy Valdo moves. It was gormless. It was a gormless display. And, you know, in the background, right, I was in like the behind the scenes where like all the, you know, Spooky was back there. We were doing all this shit with Okubo and everything. So I was off camera, and she was gonna go on camera, right? And I was like talking to her. She had a handler, you know. There was like another girl there who was like her handler, like, hey, go this way and shit. So I was talking to her. I was like, you know, you're really impressive. I'm really impressed with your like dedication, because it's fucking hot in here, and it must be awful in that thing, right? Did not even break character. There was no one there. She's like upside down. She did some upside down shit. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna bounce because I feel uncomfortable. See you later. And I left. Because it was like full on, she's Valdo. And she loves the music too. It was awesome. Really cool. And of course, Mizzy Me was there dressed up as Talim for the rest of you perverbs out there. And then there was some like other dude dressed as Siegfried. Who gives a shit about that? But it was cool. It was sick. Okubo was there signing autographs and shit. There was a DJ there who was also, you know, easy on the eyes. There was tons of stations, but it got super packed.
Thank you.
Like, so packed. And hot. But it was cool. Enjoyable experience. On the topic of Valdo, and not speaking of the cosplayer, because that shit will get me, you know, tangent city. I told them I want to bring that shit to my house again, but this time with Valdo. You know? So I'm trying to work that out. I'm working it out. Whenever a playable version of Valdo is available, we want to do another one of those where Markman comes over and I get him pizza. Markman, thankfully, I can, you know, he will work for pizza. So I offered up some round table, and, you know, we're going to work a deal. Bring the cosplayer, it's gonna need 2 pizzas. I'm going to need at least 3 pizzas if we're bringing the Valdo cosplayer. They're all for me.
Thank you.
No, it was so cool. She was good. Everyone agreed. Unanimous, stellar marks. Chicano Soul, thanks again for telling us about how you went to the gym with your dad. I don't know what I didn't see her. She was covered in a Valdo costume. I did not know. I don't know any other information. But there was no way she could be hiding a secret hot dog in there. Let me just tell you that. There was no room. Attaché case had no space. I'm sorry, your inventory is full. There is nowhere she could have put a hot dog. So I'm just keeping it 100. 100. 100.
Thank you.